Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Garrison Guide, a resource for helping you get the most out of your garrison. My name is Tuskeh, and in this video we're going to discuss the barn, a medium-sized structure that allows you to capture wild animals around Draenor and turn them into resources. The rewards you can get from the barn are sumptuous fur, which is used in tailoring, raw beast hide, which is used in leatherworking, savage feasts, which will be used in group environments such as raids, and savage blood, an epic resource which is used to upgrade epic crafted gear. Tier 1 allows you to capture beasts for leather and fur, Tier 2 allows you to capture beasts for savage feasts, and Tier 3 allows you to capture beasts for savage blood. The barn meshes very well with the storehouse, as it allows you to queue more work orders, so if you want to get the maximum use out of it, make sure you have both of those buildings. The barn is really a very helpful building if you want to stockpile resources. Not only will the savage feasts greatly help any group or guild that you're in, but once you have enough of them, you can start using them for things like 5-mans, since you have enough of the things coming in through work orders to replenish your supply almost constantly. Additionally, the fur and leather can be helpful if you need it. Otherwise, you can sell or give it to other players. The savage blood is incredibly useful for anyone who can craft epic pieces of gear, and right now is selling pretty well on the auction house. The art of trapping a beast can be a little bit tricky to figure out, but there are a few nuances that you should be aware of. The trap itself, which can be picked up from the barn if you ever lose or delete it, has a 30-second duration, a 3-second arming period, and a 15-second cooldown. The trap will stun and despawn any wounded adult Clefthoof, Elec, Talbuk, Wolf, River Beast, or Boar that is under half health. Remember that you need to capture adult beasts. Their young won't trigger the traps. It doesn't seem to matter what level of beast you capture, but I suggest fighting level 100 creatures in Nagrand, as there are a large amount of them and you run much less risk of accidentally killing one of them. If you ever want a reminder of what beast will give you what resource, you can mouse over the Iron Trap item to get a list. Here are my personal suggestions for making sure you always trap your target. First, place the trap before or just after combat begins, not when you want to actually start trapping the thing. You have about 15 seconds to get the beast under 50%, so there's no rush. Once you've got the beast at about half health, stop attacking. Just stop and let it hit you. At this point, if you haven't already positioned them above the trap, get them into position. The center of their hitbox has to pass through the trap for it to count, so make sure they run squarely over it rather than just skimming it. Even though you see one of their hooves of like a Clefthoof in the trap, it won't count unless the very center of their hitbox is on top of the trap, and even then it can take a bit of time to activate. Additionally, make sure you use things like knockbacks, stuns, and slows in order to make some distance between you and your prey, so that it has to run through the trap to get to you. Once the beast is captured, you can move on. If you want to get out of combat a little bit faster, you can just kill the beast, whereupon it will despawn. Doing this has no penalty, as you gain the caged beast item as soon as the trap snaps shut. Don't get carried away. Some of the beasts on Draenor can hit quite hard and have nasty abilities, so don't chain pull enemies to trap them all at once. It won't end well. Especially in Nagrand, watch for patrolling enemies, as they can screw up the whole thing. Never be afraid to kill your prey instead of trapping it if it means you get away with your life. There will always be more beasts to trap, so put your own life first. When you get to Tier 3, you'll likely need either a group or very strong soloing capabilities to kill the elite beasts, so prepare to work with this strategy with others or in high intensity situations. There's no need to maximize your work orders every day, but make sure you always have orders going and that you're not wasting time doing nothing, especially before you log off. Make sure your garrison is in order by checking your work orders before logging out for the night. The more work orders you can get done, the better. And of course, make sure you combine your hunting expeditions with other things like the stable dailies, lumber gathering, war mill, scrap farming, whatever else you need to do. Doing multiple garrison tasks at once will help you greatly. That's it for this guide. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you have any thoughts, questions, or suggestions, you can contact me using the links in the description, or you can just leave a comment. Make sure you join the discussion at reddit.com/r/Tuskeh, and I offer my heartfelt thanks to any and all who contribute to this channel through the Patreon system. You can find links to all of this in the description. Thank you very much for watching, and I wish you the best of luck hunting the beasts of Draenor.